What's up, people? Before we kick off this video, I just wanted to take this opportunity to say thanks to everyone who supported the launch of NAFFCO54 at the weekend. For those that don't know, it's basically a clothing brand that me and my brother bought, and we launched it on Saturday the 1st of December, so literally a few days ago, and it couldn't have gone any better. It went off completely. It was mental. I was at a car show on Sunday and everyone was like, oh yeah, I bought an item, I bought something from the website, and a lot of the orders came from people that follow me, and I just wanted to take this opportunity to sort of say thanks. I noticed a lot of familiar names like that I get from comments on all my videos. I noticed them same names popping up on orders on our website, so I just want to take this opportunity just to say thanks for getting behind me, thanks for supporting, and I just want you to know that I really appreciate it. Alright, so let's get on with the video. That's why you're here. Oh, it is absolutely freezing today. Let me turn that fan down quick because that's going to annoy you. Today, what's going on today? So basically, I've had a guy call from Ireland and he's booked flights to come over to me here in England to come and buy the S Class off me. So it's fine, but the S Class ain't quite ready yet, so I've told him just go ahead and book the flights. It's a one-way flight, obviously. He's coming here for one reason only, to buy the car and drive it home. So beginning of the week, I dropped the S Class off to Mercedes-Benz in Milton Keynes to get it serviced. They discovered it had a small water leak, so they had to order a pipe in, and the pipe hasn't arrived yet, so I'm hoping I'll get a call from them later on this morning to say that the pipe's arrived and they're going to fit it today. After they've fitted the pipe, I've then got to get the car to Tony at Camford Car Care in Luton to replace the front brake, the discs and pads, and replace the rear pads. That's all got to be done before tomorrow morning when the guy arrives from Ireland. Hello, I'm Calvin and welcome to another episode of Diary of a Car Trader. If you haven't seen me before, my name's Calvin, and right now I'm driving a Mercedes G-Wagon. It's a diesel version. I actually picked it up yesterday in my life. I got back very late last night and I'm up bright and early this morning, hence the freezing cold weather outside, and to sort out this S Class stuff. So bit of talk about the G-Wagon. So I've done a 3-hour drive yesterday from Wales, but like I say, yesterday in my life, but wouldn't have been yesterday in your life because I would have had to edit this video first. And I went there with a mixed feeling about this car. I didn't know if I was going to love it or hate it when I got there, but I just went there with the thought that I'm just going to buy it and just hope for the best. Before I went there, the guy called, we was chatting to the guy on the phone, and the guy that sold it to us said that if you've ever driven a Defender before, it drives exactly like a Defender. Now, I mentioned in that video that I've got a Defender at the minute, and after driving this, I can't see, I mean, I've heard people relate these cars to Defenders, but this is nothing like a Defender at all. It's almost like, sort of like a Hummer, but a smaller version built by the Germans. It's like a perfected Hummer. So it's really, really odd car. Very, very unique. There's nothing else on the road like it. I've been racking my brains all night trying to think, well, what can you compare this car to? I compared it to a Range Rover yesterday, and I don't even know you could compare it to a Range Rover. I think anyone who's considering buying a Range Rover probably wouldn't consider buying one of these, and vice versa. So I'm actually really impressed with it. The spec in here is brilliant, like heated seats, front and rear entertainment. I know for a lot of people that have already seen the previous video already know all of this stuff, but it's all really good. It's got like a toggle in the center here that controls it's not iDrive, but the Mercedes infotainment system in the center there, and it's got a rear view camera, which you can't actually see much through that because it's got a big tyre on the boot. It's a bit silly, that is, but it's got everything you could possibly want. So I'm saying this with little enthusiasm. I'm genuinely really impressed with this car. Like, it's so much better than I thought it was going to be. Obviously, a petrol one would be great. I'd love to see what like a G55 or a G63 would be like. The new ones are amazing. I was looking at them in bed last night and they're like 200 grand. That's crazy money. This is like a quarter of the price, nearly 60 grand, 60, what's this going up for? I'm gonna get onto that in a sec. But this car, in fact, this car, so the reason why this car is now in my life is because my brother Leon wanted a daily car, and we sort of, on the way back last night, I thought we're gonna be fighting over this car. I wanna drive it as well. And I woke up this morning and I think I've decided that I'm just going to put this car straight up for sale. So yeah, I said yesterday about my lorry load list, and I've got so many cars that I want to buy, and this is on that list. And I've had one now, so I think it's just got to go straight up for sale. As much as I love it, I absolutely love it. It would make a great winter car. You know, it's in my nature to just sell everything, so I think it's going to have to just go up for sale, and if someone buys it, they buy it, and they might even, you know, they might come up with a part exchange. It might be something cool that I'm interested in, so why not? So anyway, I'm rattling on now. I'm on my way to the gym. I'm going to go deal with the gym session, and then after that we're going to head over to Mercedes-Benz in Milton Keynes to go pick up the S Class. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that it's ready to be picked up. Drop it to Canford Car Care, and this guy's come from Ireland to come and pick up, or hopefully buy the car. Okay, so one more thing before we change scene. I'm currently wearing an MPH massive petrol head hoodie. It's something that I tried launching about a year ago, but I had issues with a trademark. That might now be sorted, so if anyone's interested in me giving this another shot at launching it, I never launched it at all before because I couldn't. It literally materialized to stickers and that was it. But if anyone, I might just do like an exclusive range of maybe 20 hoodies. If that interests anyone, let me know and I'll get onto it. All right, so MPH massive petrol head, it's a brand that represents you, simple as that. All right, so I'm gonna stop banging on now, gonna get to the gym, and I'll see you in a bit. Just got a call from Mercedes, and they're basically saying that so what's the story? What's the story with the S Class? So the S Class had like a water leak. It was losing water, yeah? And Mercedes just said, yeah, bring it in, we'll service it, and we'll sort out this water leak. They rang me at the beginning of the week and said, yeah, just needs a pipe. That's it, just a pipe. So we'll sort it out straight away for you. It's now, blimey, I dropped it there on Monday. It's now, for me, obviously this is my time, I don't even know what day it is today. 1 second. It's Wednesday today, yeah? And they've just called me to say it's Wednesday. They've just called me to say that they've now got the pipe, but you know, clips that hold the pipe on, the little clips, they haven't got them. So after a bit of conversation, the mechanic came over and said, oh, do you know what, I've got some clips. So they've got some clips now. But the problem I've got is I've got a guy getting a plane over from Ireland in the morning to pick up his new car, and he doesn't know any of this is going on. So in the meantime as well, I need to get brakes fitted to the car at Canford Car Care. So this is the car trade, you know, it's a lot of pressure. So what I thought I'd do is make use of the time that I've got. I'm now just on my way to go and sort something else out completely different. I'm in the G-Wagon, and I thought I'd do some G-Wagon talk. So this ain't gonna last too long, don't worry. Let's just drive and talk, yeah? Let's just drive and talk. So, because as I was driving, I thought, do you know what? I am driving a G-Wagon, and this ain't gonna be in my life for very long, I don't think. It might be, it might not be, I don't know how, my mind changes daily. But one thing I haven't stressed enough is, I know I sort of tried to exaggerate things a little bit earlier. What did I say? Infuse. I said earlier that I didn't use enough get the words out, Cal. I didn't use enough enthusiasm. That's correct, isn't it? Enthusiasm with how I feel about this car. And when I was looking at these cars, I was looking at purely petrol ones. You know, I would never have considered getting a diesel one. And it's like, you know, it's just wrong. You know, you don't get a diesel G-Wagon. It's, as a comparison, what's a comparable to that? It's like having a supercar with the engine in the front and claiming that it's a supercar. But some cars do pull it off. mind, like, you know, like a GTR would pull it off. But in my opinion, a GTR is not a supercar. But anyway, that aside, a diesel G-Wagon, it's kind of a bit wrong. But having owned one, I feel completely different about it. This is a cool looking car. It looks exactly like an AMG. It's got like AMG bits on it and here, there and everywhere. And it serves a bloody good purpose. It ain't terrible on fuel. It had half a tank in it on my journey from Bristol. It's now got a quarter of a tank in it, and I've still got, let's have a look how much distance I've got left. 70 miles left in the tank, so it's really good on fuel. I've done, in total, I'll tell you what I've done, 150 miles. So I've done 220 miles I would have done by the time this tank's empty on half a tank in this big thing that weighs whatever bloody hell it weighs. A lot, I would say. Sorry if I'm a bit dark. Is it a bit dark? It is a bit dark. Oh, that's annoying. What can I do about it? I can't do nothing. I've just got to wait for it to brighten up a little bit. Sorry about that. But so it's good on fuel. It looks the part. And the annoying thing that does bug me a little bit is you obviously don't get the sound of a nice V8. That's a little bit annoying. But you know, this car is a bloody brilliant car, and I never thought I'd like it as much as I do. Bearing in mind this is only like, I've only had it for less than 24 hours, so I'm still naturally going to feel a bit excited about it. But yeah, I love this car. It's got so much character. That is something that I really want to highlight. I say a lot in previous car videos that I love, like, cars with character. It's a big thing, and certain cars like that spring to mind are like an E46 M3. That is a car with loads of character. It's got a straight six engine. It sounds amazing. It's got four wide arches, which is really important. And they just look unreal. I really do like E46 M3s. 19-inch diamond cut wheels. They're such a quality car. Corsa VXR, I'm going to use that as an example as well. You know, they didn't just do standard looking bumpers on them, they put a few shapes on the bumpers. The wing mirrors are really cool, they put a lot of effort into them wing mirrors. And the exhaust is in the centre at the back as well, which again, it's just cool. And this car, like, you slam the doors, it's solid. This is a facelift one, so it's got LED front, like daytime running lights. And it just looks like a proper gangster car. I just love it. It's black car, black wheels, blacked out windows. It's all black. It just looks so cool. So I just wanted to put a few words across and try and defend the diesel G-Wagon corner. I get that a lot of people will strongly disagree with me. If you're getting a G-Wagon, it has to be a petrol engine, without a doubt, in most people's eyes. I get that, but I have to say that I'm massively impressed with this car. So I'm just going to chill out and wait now until I get a call from Mercedes to say that the S Class is ready to be picked up. So I'll end this scene and I'll see you in a bit. Such a rush. Right, job done. got the S Class back. It's I'm in a rush. It's the sun is going down. That means it's an end of another day. Can you see me all right? By the way, let's just done all that without looking at a camera. Sorry. There we go. Right, let's let's go. So the conclusion of today is the report for the brakes is absolutely fine. They're something like 30% worn rather than 30% due or unworn, if that makes sense. So basically it don't need new brake pads, which means I don't need to go to Canfor Car Care now in Luton, which also means that the car is now ready to collect tomorrow. Mercedes have cleaned it for me, and I need to get my stuff out of here. In fact, I need some water. That showroom though, the cars in there are unbelievable. Now, if you'd have asked me 12 months ago, what's my favourite car brand? I'm telling you now, Mercedes would not have been it. There's a new G-Wagon, so annoying that is so nice. Roaring. New G-Wagon, about 200 grand for anyone that wants to buy one. But it wasn't even up there with my favourite brands because they went through a stage of not being very good. Now, last few weeks I spent a lot of time with Mercedes themselves and Mercedes cars and driving different Mercs, and I'm slowly becoming a massive fan. Was that yesterday? Yeah, yesterday I was at the Rybrook showroom, and they had a C63 AMG in there. It was like a 16 plate or something like that. What a nice car. The interior was unbelievable. To look at on the outside, it wasn't amazing, if I'm honest, but the interior is a joke. It's just so nice inside. Obviously this car is the same interior. It's like they've upped their game massively on the interior of their cars. I just had a look at that GLE AMG, I think it's GLE or GLC, I think. GLC AMG, some special edition one. You saw it in the showroom there. That car, that's like got to be one of the best all-rounders on the road. It looks unbelievable. It's got matte grey paint, which probably would be a bit of a pain if you scratched it to try and get it repainted, but forget about that. The yellow bits here and there, the wheels, it's been lowered a little bit, it's got a bit of stance, so it looks a bit mean, and it's a V8 bi-turbo, it's got loads of power, it's got 5 proper seats in it, so you can take your mates and your kids and your family or whoever you want to take out in it, and inside is unreal. Like the stitching on the seats, it's the black and yellow theme continues, or grey and yellow, it continues on the interior. You've got them nice speakers in the doors. I could talk about that car all day. It's just like one of my favourite cars I've seen for a long time. It's an all-rounder. It's like a sports car that carries lots of people, it looks good, and it performs well, I guess. So that car is actually advertised for about 90 grand at the minute, so it's a lot of money, but seriously good car. Mercedes are smashing it right now. So anyway, going back to the S Class situation, I'll get over here because I'm going to go in this direction. It is the end of the day now. The car is now finally prepped and ready to roll. I've got the guy coming over. He's getting a plane from Ireland at 10:30 tomorrow morning. Oh, I need to get over here. 10:30 tomorrow morning. So if all goes well, the car will be sold. And what I'll do is, I'm not going to continue filming. I'm going to end the video here right now, and at the end of this video you'll see a little bit of text saying either sold or not sold, and that'll give you an indicator of whether this is the last time you'll ever see the S Class. Alright, so thanks for watching this video. I hope you liked it. Obviously, as ever, robotic talk. If you like the video, hit like. If you're new, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode of Diary of a Car Trader. Alright, see ya. In the next episode of Diary of a Car Trader, I have a day off work and I go to a car show.